state coalition officers for the presidential election, along with their resident electoral commissioners, to arrive Abuja any moment from now. Before we commence, I can see a hand. Okay, someone wants to speak. Yeah, okay, please make it brief so that we focus on the order of the day. Please introduce yourself and make your brief intervention.
My name is Yabagi Yusuf Sani. I am the National Chairman of Interparty Advisory Council, IPAC, Nigeria. I'm also the National Chairman of my party, Action Democratic Party. Mr. Chairman, I'm here with most of the members of the council, meaning the 18 registered political parties in Nigeria. We're here to express our delight that this process is continuing. This is because when democracy fails, political parties are the first casualties, and the biggest losers are the politicians. Democracy is about the people of this country, and we believe that elections are one of the fundamental pillars, if not the fundamental pillar of democracy. So the mere fact that we held this election and under circumstances that we held the election, I think we need to congratulate the people of this country. We are not unmindful of the challenges. We are also not happy that the Commission and indeed political parties experienced some of the unexpected developments, which from our investigation were largely due to some technical problems that is normally associated with anything that is human-made. We believe that we are at a crossroad in this country today. But Nigeria, and indeed Nigerians, are highly resilient, people. And democracy is a journey. And the journey so far, I think we have to congratulate ourselves because Nigeria matters in the scheme of things globally. We are the pride of the black race. And we should be able to summon the courage and determination to ensure that we conclude this very, very important process. It isn't that we are happy. It isn't that we do not understand the pains our people are going through. But democracy, like the saying goes, they say the show must go on. Not because we just want to have this as a show, no, but because it is one of the building blocks. And this country is a promise of greatness. And Mr. Chairman, my members are here to encourage you to go ahead and ensure that the process is concluded and concluded well, so that some of our members who may have issues can now do what the process already has made provisions for, which is to seek redress. So we want to say that because of this country and because this movement matters in this country, of course, without prejudice for whatever position some of our members must have taken, we want to be on the side of the history that this process is concluded and Nigeria becomes greater. So we want to thank you very much. I want to assure the people of this country that as political parties, we are on the same page with them, but we must conclude this process so that we can take it after the end of this process and do whatever the law says we can do. Mr. Chairman, that is the position of IPAC, that is the Inter-Party Advisory Council, that we want you to continue and conclude this process. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Dan Wanyang, MNI, OFR. I am the National Chairman of Zenith Labour Party. I am also the presidential candidate of the party. I just flew in this morning from home where I voted. I want to add to what our chairman said. We are looking at our country. We are looking at Nigeria. We have passed through many elections. And there is nowhere in the world where you don't have problems during elections. Let me refer to the last one in the United States. There were problems, big one, but the country moved on. Without prejudice, as he has said, to whatever problems we have seen in the process. We don't want to pull down this roof. We should not pull down Nigeria because of these problems. Nigeria must exist first before we become whatever we want to become. And the processes are laid down. In this election, I can say it emphatically, there was no problem with the beavers. No problem at all. It's a final process. And beavers, I will say it to high heavens, is the best way to go. And that was well thought out by the commission and the political parties. I voted. Beavers worked. Necessary things were done in my polling unit. And in having issues from ward to ward, state to state, we must remember that we have our laws. Years ago, I recall when I was leading a political party, we knew we won Ondo State. We knew we won Edo State. Then my party won 1.5 governors. One Ondo, half was Shomole, because there was an accord between ACN and the then Labour Party. So they took half of Oshomole, we took half of him. We went to court. Even a sitting president then said, Governor Mimiko will never be governor in Ondo State. He said it publicly, that he will send EFCC to him. 3 days later, Rebato, who was chairman of EFCC, then said, he never had Mimiko's file on his desk. We retrieved our mandate. Mimiko governed Ondo State for 8 years. Adams governed Edo State for 8 years. That means there is confidence in the system. If we disagree, or we have problems, we have the laws, we have section 64 of the Act, where even you are empowered to review some of these problems that have been reported. You can review them, take a position. You can reverse some decisions. So, but why the political parties met today was simply to talk about our country first. We have no order. And nobody should come and tell us to be on the street, to destroy our country. We love this country. Everything is here. Who would have believed? Because right now, there are many gains from this election. nobody would have believed on 24th of February that Lagos will fall to a third force. Nobody would have believed that 3 governors lost senatorial seat, 1/3 of the states they governed for 8 years, they could not win. Nobody would have believed that a senator like Senator Kunife, who had done everything for her community, including building houses for widows, lost. Who would have believed that an Okada rider is now moving into the House of Representatives? This is the same election. This is the same process. Mr. Chairman, we have party leaders who lost their polling units. National chairman of parties, they lost their polling unit. This is the same election. We want to throw away the baby with the bathwater. This is the same election. Look, I want to summarize that APAC, through our chairman, has said it all. Mr. Chairman, go ahead and conclude this process. If you have problems, we know where to go. But you have to use that window by Electoral Act given to you to review some of these issues. Revise them quickly before the expulsion of time. We cannot continue all the time to want this. Yes, people may have done so many things in the states, yes. But we are convinced as political parties that worked with you all the way. You consulted all the time on a quarterly basis. And that's why when we're talking about the process, we know what we are saying because we are part and parcel of it. And we are not ashamed of saying so. Nobody should crucify the INEC chairman. He's sitting here. He's sitting here. But if there are complaints, from about your people, deal with it expeditiously in accordance with the law. That is what we are saying. When Jesus Christ was here as a person, he had only 12 disciples. But one betrayed him. Only 12. Now you are having 37. Why would you not expect them to betray you? So let us look at Nigeria. Nigeria is our country. We love this country. But we must still turn it back to be a country that will be flowing with milk and honey. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me seize this opportunity to assure Nigerians that we will do whatever we can within the confines of the law to review issues arising from the conduct of elections, particularly by invoking our powers under Section 65 of the Electoral Act, to review where review is absolutely necessary. So I want to thank you very much. We have so many states waiting in the queue, so we now recommence collation of results. And the first state is Niger.